What's up, everybody? I'm Ivan Vargas. Welcome back to another Bears show, Hard Knocks edition, I guess we should call it, or Hard Knocks after show. I'm Ivan Vargas again. Like I said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Tape Never Lies Network. Make sure you become a patron at www.thetapeneverlies.com. I got my guy Big Z with me from True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast, the 606 Media Group. What's up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, man? Another great episode of Hard Knocks, and excited to be talking about a Hard Knocks After Dark.
Yeah, after dark. We'll keep it PG tonight, but I mean, Hard Knocks is pretty much doing that for us. What's up? What's up, Taz? How you doing? But yeah, like, what's up, Daniel Barry? What's going on, Sean Stewart, D. Levine, Robert Nash, Justin? How you guys doing? Before we get started, Frank, how are you? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the episode thoroughly, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to watch it. I am going to watch it again right after this, just because I don't want to feel like I missed anything. Swearing is allowed in the after show, Sean. Yes, it is. Like I said, I will be happy to swear for you guys. I'll just keep it to in the moment, not just gratuitous, F-bombs. But right now, like I said, great show. I liked what they did with, they showed the previous game quickly, right? They showed what happened. They went in, but initially they started off with, what are we going to do? We have this many running backs. They started giving you that drama that we've been looking for. And it's
behind the scenes with
the
GM. That's what we want to see. Us football nerds, we want to see that kind of stuff. But let's see the board with the 53 guys that you're going to put on the roster, and who was getting cut, who's on the bubble. That's what we want to know.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm just like, for me, it just seemed like this whole series started out really slow, almost like they had to find things that they had to, you know what I'm saying? Like it was obviously it was a type of a growth series. I feel like, because this one was their best one. Last week was their best one. The best one, since, but the first two, again, quality. I mean, it was you got to see the Bears, but I just felt like there was still something kind of missing. Like, you didn't really start connecting with guys. Adrian Colbert, I liked his story. I mean, God, surviving a car crash, doctors telling him he's not going to play football again. Here he is. I mean, he's a journeyman, to say the least. Eight teams, or
he was 10 teams.
10 teams. Sorry, 10 teams in 8 years, and he's out there balling. And I listening to the story, and you start to connect with guys like that. And I was glad. I was oh yeah. I went back and I looked. I was oh, he wasn't cut, right? And he wasn't. Obviously, he's on the team. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything different, but so far, all I know is he's on the team. But the only thing, and I'll just say this, is when they tried to mix his Free Spirit segment with the Tyson Bagent and Travis Bagent segment,
I threw it off.
Yeah, it kind of just threw it off for me. When they was why'd you go back to him? Why didn't you just show this? You know what I mean? I don't know if they try to take artistic liberty with it or whatever they were trying to do.
It might have been that it's such a harsh contrast, right? You've got the Zen guy who's trying to ground himself, and he's like, oh, these are my bowls, and this is how I live my lifestyle. And we understand that with a traumatic injury that he had.
Do whatever, he do whatever you have to do to cope.
Right. Exactly. Especially because he's back on a bike and he went back to football after that traumatic injury. And then you have the most barbaric thing outside of football, that it's arm wrestling at a bar. Super barbaric, super macho, super testosterone. It is the complete opposite. So it's why are you trying to mesh these two different genres that do not mix? Oil and water really doesn't mix. Yeah, it's an artistic, point of view that they took on it, and it wasn't a good tasting segment for me. I did like them separately, but together, maybe not so much.
Right. If they would have went and just transitioned normally from Adrian Colbert segment to the Tyson Bagent, Travis Bagent segment, I thought it would have been perfect. Maybe have Liev Schreiber have a transition line. That's all I felt like it really needed. It didn't need to go back and forth.
Some time.
Right. It didn't need to go back and forth. And look, I'm nitpicking it because I really love the entire episode in its entirety. This is like the one segment that was like, I wanted to see. Okay, I was cool. I was like, all right, cool. Show me some, like Adrian's got his little, his Zen on, his piece on, and then as soon as they went to the bar in Tyson Beijing, I was like, oh, we're arm wrestling. I'm like, let's fucking go. Let's show that shit. And I was happy they did, but I wanted to see that kind of just in its entirety instead of just back and forth. It was kind of weird to open. There's only so much you could do at a bar with a bunch of meatheads, but I feel like it's gotten a lot of good content in that bar. But nonetheless, that was the only thing I saw as I guess.
And they were nitpicking because it was good. It was still good. The content was good. It's just the way that it was edited. Essentially, that's all it was. Right. So, I mean, did you like the Sears Tower with the you have the rookies and going up there and exploring the city?
Yeah, no, loved it. I loved it. It was pretty cool that they got that drone shot all the way back. I was like, oh, that's nice. How about Austin Reed being terrified to go on the glass?
The whole thing.
And then he's like, oh man. Then Rippon was like, oh shit, why is the glass cracking right now? Oh my god, it was hilarious. There was some funny parts in there. There was some cool things that we got to see. Mm-hmm. Caleb working on the spiking, the clock. That was I was like, that's right. I was like, he's like, because of that rule. So it's like, I guess you can't take a step back, because when you take a step back, you are in you're looking like you're dropping back. Like that's a drop back. Once you take one step back, you drop back. So you kind of, like he was saying, you kind of have to just open up your legs a little bit more and snap down, like just right to the ground, push it right to the ground. That's it. That's all he has to do. So it was interesting to see that as well. The big one, obviously, I don't know. I was looking, actually, I should go back and look at did they announce the 53? Am I just?
They did announce the 53 today. I did. I had it up earlier.
Go ahead. Yeah, bring it up again. I thought he made the team. Like I don't know. Like it's hard to say. He's, like you said, 10 teams in 8 years. They said it's hard. It's going to be hard to make the cut. So I don't know. I thought he was going to be on the team. He's played well. You know what I mean? Like he's played well enough. We'll see. I mean, go ahead, bring it up.
Yeah, we've got the all right players that were waived. We got Austin Reed, the quarterback. He was actually waived. Brendan Bates, the tight end, was waived. Theo Bennett, offensive line. Jake Curham, offensive line. Jamry Korma, Deshaun Mallory, Micah Bakersville. I think he'll be on the practice squad. He did a lot of nice stuff.
He is on the practice. They announced he's on the practice squad, I believe.
Okay, so these guys was at waves. Any names on there? No, none of these names that we're talking about were on that. The following invested veterans placed at least whatever making the free agents are going to be Rippon, Blasingame. Colin Johnson's going to be a free agent, which is the receiver. I thought he would have made the team.
They said that they're expected to re-sign him to the practice squad, according to Brad Biggs.
Okay.
So
yeah. Other than that, Adrian Colbert, he got waived.
Okay, so he's not on the team, but sucks. That sucks for. I thought he was playing pretty well. But hey, it's
he made that great play.
Yeah, he made a great play, but he was playing all right, and like prior to, he was playing all right. But again, when you're a journeyman like that, and they got guys, a guy like Elijah Hicks, younger, he's able to show a lot this preseason. I thought, he should definitely be on the team, but I thought you need special teams guys, but hey, again, a little bit of a journeyman, or not a little bit, he's a lot of bit of a journeyman. He is a journeyman. It's going to be tougher. He probably had to go above and beyond. Again, they said that this team's going to be hard to make, so they're making it hard, for them to be on it. So it is what it is. Shane. So Shane, I'm going to rewatch and time that hug between Wheeler and his mom. It was a touching long.
It's a touching. And you know what? They're taking liberty with editing. That should have been the end scene. And yes, roll credit.
You are absolutely correct. Because I thought I could have done without him talking to Ryan Poles at the end. I felt like it was like I was like, why didn't you just leave with him and his mom, in the car going, and that was it? Like, I mean, they already knew, or I mean, I guess you had to. I guess I'll correct myself. I guess you had to inform everybody that he'd be there. He's going to
Yeah.
stay, right? You had to show that everybody, oh, well, he is staying. So I'll take that back. Like, you did have to, show the context of what's going on after the fact, so that it was definitely a needed scene.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, the time was very long. I thought they could have, maybe just skip a little bit, just boop,
But
a little bit, just a little bit. But it is what it is. Ian Wheeler going down. Let's go talk about that. It sucks.
oh man, I've been cheering for this guy since I went to go see him at training camp, and the dude has amazing speed. And then he's featured on just about every single episode of Hard Knocks, and
Hmm.
his interaction with his coach, and his coach is like, "I'm just writing him because he's got talent.
Right.
If he didn't have talent, I wouldn't be writing this kid." And
Hmm.
he's, and I like the dynamic between good cop and bad cop within the two coaches. And like, he'd be like, "Oh, what does he mean by that?" And then she would kind of like
Hmm.
gently explain what he needs you to do. And it's a great dynamic to have two voices. He was able to take the hard criticism because he knows that he's being a good coach trying to push him. And then he also gets the soft side, like, all right, you're going to get hit if you're standing up. You're going to learn that really quick when you get your first hit and you're standing up and you get hit by a linebacker. You'll correct yourself really quickly. Like the soft way she spoke to him, and is like, okay, you got mom and dad. That's what you have. And they were talking about his improvement in 4 weeks has been exponential, and they were just really cheering for that guy to make the 53-man cut.
Yeah, and Shane, here's more of Shane. Ian Wheeler and his mother hugging was a 1 minute and 4.3 seconds. Putting his 40 time up there, Shane. That's ridiculous. Shane. Uh yeah, no, look, besides the hug, we'll move on from the hug. Having Ian Wheeler out sucks. It opens the door for Velus Jones, obviously.
Yeah.
He's going to be on the team. So fourth running back, you're gonna have Roshan Johnson in the mix when he's healthy.
Mhm.
Then you have I guess the two, I guess you could call them your two bulls in Herbert and Swift.
Yeah.
But I you know how I feel about Velus, and I don't want this to become the bash
Yes.
Velus show,
Yeah.
because we freaking need him now, and it's like,
I don't think we
oh,
need him. I don't think we need him at all.
I think I don't. I look. I would, maybe Homer would do a better job, but I think that they're content with trying to exploit his speed, or and really try to get his talents going. And
How many times have
I'm
we?
not for it. I'm not for it. I'm not for it. I'm not for it.
Yeah,
But
you literally said if he's in the backfield, it's a fucking end around.
I know, but I don't know what else is like at this point. I'm saying
He's
that's
too
what they're
small to block.
doing. Like,
He's
this
too
is what
small
they're
to
going to
block.
do.
Yes, he's
This
too
is what
small
they're
to
going to do.
block.
Yes, yes. And I don't know. I don't know whether they're going to look elsewhere. There's still people that are going to get cut. But I just feel like Velus is going to be a part of this team throughout the year, regardless of what happens. And hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully Velus changes our mind. Let's just say that. Hopefully Velus changes the tide of what we've been thinking and saying. So I don't know. I just,
You
it is
can't
what it is.
teach.
It is what it is at this point to me.
You can't teach speed, but he's a one-trick pony. He can't catch punt returns. He can't catch kick returns. He doesn't protect the ball. If you saw that last run that you're talking about, who was that, Levine?
Mhm.
He really was running when he got tackled. He was still holding on to one ball. If you're taking on a tackle as you're trying to run through, you're going to protect the ball as you're going down because they're going to punch it out. He's not doing that.
Well, that was the biggest. Yeah, that was when Chad Morton mentioned it to him. He's like, "Hey, you're a little loose with that." He's like,
Mhm.
"You're gonna fumble that ball, dude. Like, you got to." That's my worry, especially when it becomes crunch time. We've seen Velus in crunch time, and he's not done well. I mean, granted, it's a different situation. Yeah, catching punts and kick returns
Mhm.
to running the football, but dude, your natural position, the position we drafted you at, you can't even play. Like, that's the frustrating part, and it's, to me, it's still a gimmick until he proves me wrong. But I wouldn't be surprised if the ball goes on. They'll limit his touches as much as they can. God willing, everybody stays healthy in the backfield. But
It,
I think he's putting the ball on the ground.
yeah, he's going to. You can't have him as a single back there. You're gonna have dual backs back there where you're gonna trick the defense on who's actually gonna get the ball, use him as a decoy, and then after you use him so much as a decoy, then you start going to him. That way you get the defense off, get the dogs from going after him. Yeah, again, he's a leaner, faster Cordell Patterson.
I believe it when I see it. Like right now, like I said,
Patterson was way better, way
more.
more.
All I've seen from him at running back is one run against third and fourth stringers, guys that have probably been cut today.
Yeah.
So again, I want to see it against starters. I want to see it against guys because even during that one of those big runs, I'm like, man, somebody's gonna put a hand on that ball. Like all you needed was one hand to go and reach, and that ball's on the fucking ground. But that's just me. If you're a Velus fan, Games Report, be a Velus fan. I just don't think he's done enough to earn a spot on the team over some of these guys. Reddy Stewart got cut. You know what I mean? He looked like he had potential. Granted, it is what it is. Like I said,
Ian Scott, who had a good preseason. Ian Scott had a good preseason, especially with his relationship with with Bajan and even with Reed and Rippon. He was catching all their stuff. He wasn't having an issue catching the ball, and he got cut. So, what are we looking at here? Velus would be a great character runner with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Running Man. Yeah. Get to that chopper.
I love the Running Man. The Running Man is one of my favorite Arnold movies. Kind of cheesy, but I think and we're going off topic here, but if that movie got remade now, I think you'd have to find the right kind of cast, right? You don't necessarily need Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Is John Cena the new Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, absolutely not. I would.
It's got to be a bad actor.
It was bad acting, but it was quality bad acting. You know what I mean? Like John Cena to me is just like I don't want to watch John Cena act at all.
He's pretty funny. Anyways, wait.
Yeah, we'll stop with the John Cena. All right, anyway, so Velus, like I said, he's going to be on the team. He's going to be expected to help the team. I hope that happens. Other than that, I just didn't see anything that was like over the top. Oh, they shouldn't have done this. I really thought the entire flow of the show was great. Like I thought the pacing was good. Just one little blip with that, segment, but nonetheless, I was happy with the show. Again, I'm going to watch, one more time. Would like to see cuts. You know what I mean? Would like to have seen something, but we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Again, I think the Bears right now are in a position to really make a solid run in this first month. I really think the energy and the focus is in the right place. The team looks like it's executing pretty well. There are still some questions here or there, but for me, I'm hopeful for the first time in a long time that this Bears team isn't going to come out flat on their face. I'm looking forward to them seeing, because even with Green Bay, I still had questions. I still was wondering like what, I obviously was wanting to pick the Bears, but you still had questions with it last year, and you ended up being whoever thought about it. We ended up being correct. So I think this year is completely different. The energy, the focus, the quarterback, the defense is better, and it's all systems go. Even without Hard Knocks, you could see that from the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they would have been putting out their 1920 football drive throughout this time, which is, I like it. Every time they have it, I've checked it out. So that's really well produced and edited. So, whenever they pop up with that again, I'll be checking it out. But really eager to get started. Tennessee, can't get here soon enough. What do you think? Are you in that mindset that the Bears are in a good spot in a good place.
You know what? I think all facets of the team has improvement. We obviously know what the defense was able to do, and with the additions that we have as far as depth, I think we're great. They try to address the bookend with Montez Sweat. We'll see what that rotation is going to look like. They'll go with the hot guy. Linebacker room is great. The safeties and the cornerbacks, again, those guys are going to be what's going to dictate our games, especially on defense. They're going to be the ones that be shutting down the number one receivers. I don't want to see that the defense where we're bending not to break. I want to go after the quarterback. I want to put pressure on the offensive line. I want to make that other team nervous. I want them to game plan against all three levels on defense. On offense, we seen we have one of the best wide receiving rooms, one of the best running back rooms. We have one really good tight end and another good tight end. The quarterback is going to be a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. So everybody's hyping him up to be the next, Peyton Manning or Aaron Rodgers or whatever comparison you have. He hasn't taken an NFL snap during the regular season yet against number ones, against all pros yet. We don't know what he's going to see. Even when he was talking to who was it, Meacham, or who was he talking to from Kansas City? He's like, you don't get nervous. So obviously they're watching Hard Knocks because
You saw Travis Kelce at the end patting Velus on the back, saying, "Hey, I'm watching Hard Knocks. I love what you guys are doing." And that's a plug. To be honest with you, that's a huge plug because people are watching and saying that they like what they're doing. So it's obviously people have taken notice of the Chicago Bears, and regardless of how you feel, that's a positive in my book. Unless especially unless we're on the total opposite end of this, and then it'd be a bad. But right now we're in a good place. As a fan base and as a football team, they're in a great place. I feel like so.
Where's Tennessee at? I have not really followed Tennessee since the last season, but where are they at instead as far as their talent?
I mean, they got a young quarterback. We'll see what Will Levis can do. Right. He looked better. He looked pretty good last year when he got his opportunity. They're going to need a lot of talent. I don't know if they have enough. They obviously lost Derrick Henry to the Ravens. Their defense is taking a hit. They've moved on from Vrabel, so they're kind of in a flux. I would say they're kind of a team that's I don't know where they're going. Like I said, my focus has been solely on the Bears. But keeping that eye on the rest of the league, Tennessee to me is kind of an enigma. I don't know where they're headed or what they're doing. I think that they found a quarterback for now, unless Will Levis shits the bed next season. But I think he could be somebody that can help that team. But
he doesn't really have the talent around him to be able to elevate that team at the moment. The wide receivers are all gone. Again, you just lost your Hall of Fame running back, and that's okay because he was aging. He needed to go to a winning program so he can get his ring. I understand that. So it's like, is that defense good enough to stop the Bears? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So if I was a betting man, I'm taking, the points on the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely taking it.
Andrew, are we mad if the Bears trade next year's first round pick for Michael Parsons? Well, if it was just next year's, no, I wouldn't be upset. But it's not going to be just next year's. Oh. It's going to be next year's, the year after that, probably the year after that, unless they mix some type of 2 or whatever the hell. But it's going to cost us a lot of money, especially since Dallas
cannot afford to pay everybody.
Right, they can't afford to pay everybody, but they're looking to contend, and they'll contend for one freaking year if they have to. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll use Michael Parsons for that year unless they completely shit the bed and trade him by.
Yeah, they are the Yankees of the NFL, where they will go balls to the walls for 1 year and then break it all down and start all over again. They really don't care about that. They don't have enough money to re-sign him. So he will be traded after that 1 year. Or because they can franchise him, but I don't think you want to pay that type of money against your salary cap. So let's see what else we got out here. There you go.
I guess Tennessee signed Calvin Ridley. So I mean, Calvin Ridley is a good player. I mean, out for a year for the betting thing, but Everybody's doing it, throwing it in everybody's face. I mean, as long as you're not betting against your team, I don't know,
Right.
or in the league. I think if you're betting in the league, that's a different fucking story, right? If you're betting in the NFL with on NFL games, that's a different story. But if you're
Right.
betting on fucking like
Baseball.
basketball,
Yeah,
or
whatever.
baseball, or hockey, or whatever,
Most of these guys are like bored at 2 in the morning and they're betting overseas. Like they're betting on tennis in Japan or horse racing in Europe or whatever it is. But it's never, most of the time, it's never the sport. If you're betting on your own sport, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
yeah.
What else you got?
Uh, nothing right now. I mean, we could.
It's not going on IR. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I
That's
mean,
great news.
as long as he becomes available sooner rather than later, I'm happy with that.
Long snapper, right? That's our issue right now. Our long snapper has not taken any snaps during the preseason, so it looks like they might have to go outside and get a long snapper.
Yeah, Shane had mentioned it. They had to cut 2 more players that make room for a long snapper, and they're going to sign Blasingame. So they're keeping Blasingame. They need a long snapper. Somebody's got to, 2 other guys got to go. So it's not over yet. There's still going to be some more cuts. We'll try to keep you guys up to date with all that. But anyways, let's just go ahead and wrap because I want to go to bed.
Got it. Got it.
Appreciate everybody for being here. Thank you for joining us. I know it's like grueling, especially that one night or that one night where they had us at 10 o'clock watching the fight. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. But nonetheless, let's look at the positives. It was a good show. Bears are looking up. Everything seems to be all systems go right now. Just got to get to week 1. But anyways, Big Z, go ahead and share where they could find you and everything that we do over there at 606.
Yeah, all my handles are Big Z _ 606 Media Groups on all different social platforms. You can find us True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We have live shows every Monday. Ivan does pop in here and there when he's not doing TTNO shows. And I also have an interview show where I do. It's called Impossicated. I've interviewed John Vitti, and I gotta go edit that right now. So if you know who John Vitti is, he does all those funny Chicago-centric little videos where he's playing kind of like Ed the Bevics or Portillo's driver or order taker. So again, you can find me. There's my handle. Give me a shout out, give me a follow, and show me some love.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Definitely
Show Jose some love. Before we take off, again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the Tate Never Lies Network. Go ahead and check out True Chicago Sports Fans on YouTube and subscribe over there. 606 Media Group. Do that as well. Become a patron, www.thetateneverlies.com. It's been a great show. Great talking to you. Obviously, Jose, great chat in the chat room over here. Everybody was everybody was on fire. Everybody was excited. Everybody should be excited because the Bears are looking all right. The Bears are looking all right, and I'm happy about it. I know the Bears are coming to town. So anyways, guys, that's it for me and Jose. We'll see you guys on the next show. Peace.